Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with atbbq.com, and today on Tips and Techniques, I'm going to walk you through how to make pizza sauce. Now obviously there are tons of different ways to make pizza sauce, or maybe that's not obvious. I want to speak to you as though you've never even tried this before, because honestly, if you haven't attempted to make a pizza sauce, it makes sense that you would just go grab something off the shelf, not knowing that you could have something so much more fresh that's really simple to prepare. And that's the idea today, is we want to prepare a really simple pizza sauce. We're actually going to prepare two sauces, but the only difference is going to be texture. Some people like it chunky, some people like it smooth. We're going to do it both ways. So let's get started by taking a look at the handful of quality ingredients that you need to get a hold of in order to make your sauce. So first thing you got to have is tomatoes. And this is one of those places where you really don't want to skimp on your tomato, because there are much better and much worse types of tomatoes on the shelf. These are San Marzano tomatoes, so they are certified. They come from Italy. We carry them at atbbq.com. You can find them at grocery stores too. They're going to cost you a little bit more, but it's not that bad. I think it's like $3 or $4 for a can of these really great tomatoes. And honestly, by itself, the tomatoes and a little bit of salt in a pinch work out just fine for a pizza sauce. So we're going to do this two different ways. Like I said, we're going to do a chunky version and we're going to do a smooth version. We're doing our chunky version in here, and these are whole San Marzano tomatoes, so we need to smash them up. So you're just going to get your hands in there and get them all crushed up into smaller pieces. And then you can start to add your flavoring agents. So like I said, we're not going to go crazy. There's all kinds of things you could add to your sauce, but we're going to keep it pretty simple with some aromatics today. So pretty much every time I'm making pizza sauce, personally, I'm going to have garlic in it. There's a couple different ways that we can prepare this. Again, if we're doing the chunky version, then I might just go ahead and mince this with my knife, or even run it through a microplane and get it a little bit finer. I'll go ahead and do that with my knife today, although you could run this through a grater if you really want to simplify the process. So once I've got these smashed and peeled, I'll go ahead and start to mince them down. Throw a little pinch of kosher salt on here. That kind of helps break down those membranes as well. I'll just give this a little bit of a scrape to kind of start to break it down. We are going to be making a cooked sauce today, so don't worry if you've got some slightly larger chunks in your chunky pizza sauce, because those are going to cook. I'm just going to add that to the tomatoes. Next, we're going to move on to some herbs. So I've got some fresh oregano and fresh basil. These are my favorite herbs to put into pizza sauce. You can use the dried versions if you have to, but I much prefer the taste of the fresh stuff. And I'll warn you that if you are going to use, dried herbs, you want to use way less. So while I might put a tablespoon of minced oregano into 1 can of tomatoes, I'd probably only use like a half teaspoon to a teaspoon of the dried stuff. So just plucking off the leaves to get rid of the thicker stem parts, and then we'll start to mince these up. Another thing to keep in mind when you are doing knife work with delicate herbs like this, instead of chopping down to mince them up, slice through them, because instead of damaging those cell walls, and you would see if we just chop down, it starts to look bruised. All of the essence of this herb is in the oil that comes out of it. And if you just mash all that up, you're going to leave a bunch of it on the board. But if you can slice through it, slide right through it gracefully, then you can keep all those oils, all that essence inside the herb, and you get much more flavor out of it. Now for the basil, what I like to do is I'll kind of get the largest leaves plucked off and start to lay them down on top of each other, getting smaller as they go. And then we just roll this all up. And I'm going to chiffonade this first, which is just the name of this, a fancy name for this cut right here, where you're cutting really thin, long strips. But this is a great way to get through all these leaves in a hurry. Again, slicing through, not mashing down, not chopping. And then break that down further from there. And I'll do probably, today I'm doing about 2 parts basil to 1 part oregano. Last 2 things now, salt and sugar. You don't have to put sugar into your sauce. You absolutely do not. I don't like a sweet pizza sauce, but I feel like it really kind of makes a great balance to the acidity of the tomato if you add a little bit of sugar. I'm talking like a tablespoon at most for 1 can. And then I'll do about a teaspoon of kosher salt to start off with. And we can always go up from there once we've cooked this a bit. All right, let's fast forward now to our smooth sauce before we start cooking. That whole can's going right into the blender. This is the much easier way to do this than the chunky, because now I'm just throwing cloves of garlic in here. I'm gonna throw some basil in here. I'm gonna throw some oregano in here. As long as I don't have those woody ends, I'm fine with that. It's gonna break everything else down. Sprinkle a little sugar. Sprinkle a little salt. And we're good. So blitz it till it's smooth. Now, since we're keeping it simple, I'm gonna stop there with the ingredients. But another great addition, this Cattleman's Italiano, I use it on everything Italian that we do. It's got great herbs and spices in it. You could hold off on some of that salt and put this in instead. You're gonna get some of the oregano and that kind of thing. But this is great for taking just tomatoes and turning them into pizza sauce. So now in a pan over medium heat, I'm gonna add probably about 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil does a great job, fat in general does a great job of carrying flavors. So anytime you can add a little fat to it, it's gonna help that flavor permeate throughout when it's actually in your mouth. When it's coating your mouth, that fat's coating your mouth, it's carrying these flavors. So medium heat, everybody in the pool, bring it to a simmer, turn it down to low, and let it simmer away. This would be a good time to mention that you don't always have to cook a pizza sauce. If you're firing up some Neapolitan style pizzas, sometimes the thinner sauce is gonna work just fine on there. But you couldn't put this, definitely couldn't put it on deep dish. You'd just be swimming in liquid. But the whole idea behind cooking it, one is to reduce it down so it thickens up, because obviously this is a very thin consistency. And 2, to deepen some of those flavors. There's caramelization that happens as it cooks and reduces. We're at a full-on simmer here after just a couple of minutes. So at this point, I'm gonna turn my heat down to low. Throw a screen on here to keep it from getting everything all dirty. And we're just gonna let this simmer away until it's reduced. Same thing down here with the smooth sauce. Let's turn this down to low and let it simmer away. Well, it's been 20 minutes now. I'm really liking the consistency here. When I pull my spoon through, it takes a long time to fill in. So this is a nice thickened pizza sauce, and you can see how that red color has really gotten much deeper. It's not quite as bright and vibrant. That's because of that caramelization that's going on in there. Smooth sauce looking really nice as well. We're ready to pull these off the stovetop. The smooth looks really nice and smooth. Our chunky has got all the texture you could want, but otherwise the same recipe. And what, 6, maybe 7 ingredients if you count the olive oil. Really simple. Of course you could always add more stuff. Red chili flakes for heat, onion for extra flavor, but this is a really great jumping off point right here. About a half hour of work and you've got really great homemade pizza sauce. You can throw this in the fridge, it's good for a week or so. So at this point, man, that's fantastic, tangy, vibrant. Probably wouldn't hurt if I had just a touch more sugar. Salt level's great. But now, when you're at this point in the cooking process, even if you've already taken it off the stove, you can always season that up with a little bit of whatever you think it needs a little more extra. Maybe some more of that Italiano just to get that big burst of Italian flavors. But for me, this is a fantastic place to start with your pizza sauce. You guys can do this. Let us know how it turns out. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out atbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below. Let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to atbbq.com/thesauce. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.